name is Natalie and I spent a year working for Waitrose as a nutrition and food technology student. So my year was quite split. I did 6 months in nutrition and 6 months in food technology. The first part of my placement I was in nutrition, and the day-to-day role tended to be sort of checking websites for the latest nutrition news or food products that are coming out and checking competitors. And then on a monthly basis I would summarise all those stories and all the new products, and that would be sent out to the heads of the department, just so that everyone was kept in the loop of anything that could crop up, especially it could also impact sales. So if a product was talked about negatively in the press, then it was quite important to get that information out quickly, because they could sort of see a drop in sales quite quickly. Alternatively, if a product's talked about in a really positive light, then sales could increase, and it could be the report could have been based on very little fact, but consumers buy into it and the sales go up. I also was in charge of responding to daily customer nutrition queries. These ranged from queries about healthy eating, about healthy weight loss, healthy eating for pregnancy, and sort of specific dietary needs, so product information for people with allergies, people with children who don't like particular foods, fussy eaters. So it was a real range of questions that changed on a daily basis. And it was really important to get the scientific fact of the nutrition behind this into really easily understandable language for anyone, because the queries could come in from absolutely anyone, so they didn't have any nutrition background, so it was converting the science into reader-friendly words. Allergens was another big topic that I was involved in. So Waitrose provide publications such as the entertaining catalogue, where you can order foods and for parties, for special occasions, and all those foods inside the catalogue are labelled with allergen information, so it just makes it easier for customers, especially sort of nowadays there are a lot more people with allergies and intolerances, so this kind of information is really important to those people, but more importantly it has to be right. Following the first 3 months in nutrition, I worked in the quality technology department. My role here was to look at customer complaints and then look at the products that are affected by the complaints. So if a customer goes to a branch and complains about a particular product, that complaint is sent through to an internal computer system and something is done about that complaint. So in terms of Vicky's role, she was looking at the product before it left the factory, and on the flip side, from the retailer's point of view, they were looking at the product once the consumer had had it, so looking at problems that could have happened once the product had left the supplier, gone to the branch, been picked up from the branch. A lot of the time the product, there may not have been a problem with it. It could have been that they bought ice cream, they drove it back in their car, and when they got home it was melted. But even so, it could have been a problem that the freezer in the branch, there was something wrong with that, or it could have been the customer's fault. But either way, all these things were investigated. That was a really good opportunity to have a look at quality in that way, just because it helped me to understand the customer expectations of the quality of Waitrose products, as well as understanding a bit about the manufacturing processes. Because following any quality inspection, I'd send an email to the supplier to tell them what I'd looked at, what the problems were, if I'd found problems, and they would have to get back to me as to what they're going to do about it. So it was a bit of a flip to some of the manufacturing. They would hear from the retailer rather than stopping something going out from a supplier. Following the quality work, I did a bit more nutrition, and this involved projects implementing nutrition policy. So Jake mentioned salt reduction, but another couple of things that I looked at, including salt, was sugar reduction and saturated fat reduction. And I managed to look at soft drinks and cordials and reduce the sugar in those products between 4% and 28%, so that was quite a big sugar reduction. But this was good from a nutritional point of view, but sugar being the most expensive ingredient, it actually was a big cost saving to the company, so it was a kind of double win, especially for nutritionists. The last sort of project that I was involved in was during the run-up to, you may have heard of the Love Life brand at Waitrose. This was based on a lot of nutrition policy, and it was a whole range of different products, and I was involved in launching 4 of those. So this is a good opportunity to understand manufacturing processes, product development. So I was involved in signing off the ingredients, signing off the flavours, the texture, and all of those sort of attributes towards the product. And then it came to sort of the writing the technical specifications, signing off the artwork, so what the picture's going to be on the box, the marketing text, the claims as well. So that was quite a difficult time, because health claims and claims on pack are so heavily legislated that everyone was kind of stressing out about what they could put on their pack of muesli, or what they could put on their cereal bars or oat cakes. So it was quite a difficult challenge to get around. But then once all of that was signed off, I visited the site for the first production, and everything went well. So the products that I was looking after launched on time and are now in branch. So I think that was one of the best things, to actually see a product come to life, especially from the beginning point when it was the nutritional policies that I was involved in sort of writing and briefing to suppliers, briefing to product developers, to then actually getting my hands on 4 of the products and seeing them come to life. One of the best things as well was actually the application of knowledge. So the nutrition that I was, the nutritional queries, it really helped me to sort of understand the nutrition that I'd learnt previously by converting what I'd learnt into something that people can understand, as well as sort of food processing, understanding manufacturing processes. It really kind of brings to life what you're doing at university, and you really kind of feel like you learn. It helps with the whole learning experience. So yeah, any questions? Cool.